Hey everyone and welcome! Today we're tackling a fun matrix problem called sort matrix by diagonals. It sounds a little intimidating, but we're going to break it down step by step. The goal is to make sense of how to identify and sort these diagonals. Let's get started. Alright, here's the official problem description. We're given a square grid of numbers. Our job is to sort the numbers, but not the whole grid at once. Instead, we have to sort them along their diagonals. And there's a twist. There are two different sorting rules depending on where the diagonal is. So the first thing to understand is that the grid is conceptually split into two triangular parts. The main diagonal, which runs from the top left to the bottom right, acts as the dividing line. That main diagonal, plus everything below and to its left, forms one region. Everything above and to its right forms the other. Here's the key rule. For any diagonal in that bottom left region, we have to sort its numbers from biggest to smallest. But for any diagonal in the top right region, we do the opposite. We sort from smallest to biggest. So we can't just apply one sorting method. We have to know which region we're in. Okay, let's walk through the example from the problem description. We have this 3x3 grid. The first step is to see that main diagonal, which contains the numbers 1, 8, and 6. This diagonal is our dividing line. First, let's handle the bottom left part. The main diagonal itself has 1, 8, and 6. Sorting that from largest to smallest gives us 8, 6, 1. The next diagonal down has 9 and 5, which is already sorted correctly. And the last one just has a single 4. Easy enough. Now for the top right section. There's a diagonal with 7 and 2. Sorting this from smallest to largest gives us 2, 7. And the final diagonal just has the number 3. With all our individual diagonals sorted, we can now put them back into the grid. And when we reassemble the grid with these newly sorted diagonals, we get the final output. The 8, 6, 1 goes where the 1, 8, 6 was, the 2, 7 goes where 7, 2 was, and so on. This process of taking things out, sorting them, and putting them back is the core of our solution. So our overall strategy is a direct simulation of what we just did. We'll write code that systematically finds the start of every single diagonal. For each one, we'll pull its numbers into a list, sort that list the right way, and then write the sorted numbers back into the grid. The real challenge isn't the sorting itself, it's the looping and indexing required to walk along these diagonal paths. Okay, here's the full code. It looks like two main blocks of loops. The first block handles that bottom left triangle, and the second block handles the top right. Let's zoom in on that first block to understand how it works. The first part of our solution focuses on the bottom left triangle. The outer loop, which iterates with a variable I, is just responsible for picking the starting cell of each diagonal. When I is 0, we're starting at the top left corner for the main diagonal. When I is 1, we're starting at the second row, first column, which is the beginning of the next diagonal down. Now for the magic. Inside that loop, this line is what actually walks along the diagonal. We use a second loop with a variable j. Notice how the row index is I plus j, while the column index is just j. As j counts up, 0, 1, 2, we move down and to the right, collecting all the numbers from that diagonal into a temporary list. Once we have them all, we sort that list in reverse, or descending, order. And finally, we trace that same path a second time. Using the exact same I plus j and j indexing, we walk along the diagonal again. But this time, instead of reading values, we're writing the sorted values from our temporary list back into the grid. With that, one diagonal is completely sorted and updated. Now for the top right triangle, the process is incredibly similar. The main difference is how we pick our starting points. Instead of iterating down the first row, our outer loop I now iterates across the first column, starting from the second element. The indexing inside is also slightly different to trace these upper diagonals correctly. And, of course, we use a regular sort to put the numbers in ascending order. So how efficient is this approach? For time complexity, it's big O of n squared log n. The n squared part comes from the fact that we have to touch every single element in the grid. The log n part comes from the sorting step, since sorting a list of size n is generally n log n, great checks. For space, it's big O of n, great checks. This is because at any given time, we only need a temporary list big enough to hold the longest possible diagonal, which has n elements. Let's recap the main ideas. The best way to solve this was to just do what the problem asked. Find each diagonal, pull its numbers out, sort them, and put them back. The hardest part wasn't the sorting, but figuring out the correct loop structure and index formulas To walk along those diagonal lines, by handling the bottom left and top right sections in two separate dedicated loops, we kept the logic clean and easy to follow. And that's a wrap on sorting a matrix by its diagonals. I hope this breakdown helped make the logic clear. If you found this useful, please hit the like button and consider subscribing for more problem explanations. If you have any questions, feel free to drop a comment. Thanks for watching, happy coding, and I'll see you in the next one.